Throughout history, humanity has agreed to treat some remarkably strange things as currency. We've traded 4-ton carved limestone wheels in Yap, blocks of compressed tea in Siberia, and bags of cocoa beans in Mesoamerica. So really, the idea of carrying around a stamped disc of metal or a strip of paper is a relatively modern compromise. What separates legal tender from mere scrap metal and paper? Usually it's a central bank, a royal seal, or a government decree. But occasionally the global monetary system takes a detour into pure eccentricity. Today we're examining currency that defies geometry, ignores traditional paper, shines in the dark, and a piece of arcade brass with a surprisingly long corporate history. Welcome back to the Oddsquad. We begin in Central America with Costa Rica's 2,000 colones. While most nations fill their cash with stern-looking politicians, Costa Rica opted for a bull shark gliding through a coral reef. But the real genius here isn't the design, it's the material. Costa Rica completely phased out cotton paper money in favour of substrate polymer. Why? Because tropical humidity absolutely destroys traditional paper. Between equatorial rainstorms and humid sea air, paper notes used to degrade rapidly into wet papier-mâché. Switching to plastic made them waterproof, dirt-resistant, and vastly more durable. Central banks love polymer because it lasts 4 times longer in circulation, saving millions in reprint costs. But for the average person, it means if you go for an accidental swim in the Pacific with a pocket full of colones, your money comes out cleaner than you do, without losing a single cent of value. Of course, though, if you swim with real-life bull sharks, thinking it would make a nice Instagram story, you should probably tick the box in your insurance policy that covers poor life choices, as bull sharks are known for being aggressive and have been involved in multiple unprovoked attacks on humans. Next, we travel to the South Pacific. The Cook Islands. Humanity agreed centuries ago that coins should be round. Round coins roll through vending machines, stack neatly in bank vaults, and don't poke holes in your trousers. The Cook Islands looked at several thousand years of monetary engineering and said, "No thanks, let's make a triangle." Struck in 2003, this 3-sided $2 piece isn't just a gimmick. Its imagery is deeply cultural. The reverse features a traditional wooden tanoa, a mortar and pestle bowl used to crush and prepare kava, the ceremonial root drink central to Polynesian hospitality and social gatherings. As for the triangular shape, it was designed to mimic the traditional Polynesian triangular sails of the ocean-crossing Vaka canoes that first brought settlers to the islands. Vending machine operators absolutely despise it, and it's mildly lethal if you step on it barefoot in the dark. But historically, it's brilliant. Which brings us to an intruder in the tray. A brass token from Chuckecheese. Is it a rat or a mouse, you ask? Well, it was actually supposed to be a coyote. But 1977, when the first costume was made, it looked more like a rat, so Bushnell was going to change the brand to Rick Rat's Pizza. After marketing advisors warned that a cigar-smoking sewer rat might just sound slightly unsanitary for a restaurant, they settled on Chuckecheese. Then, finally, in 1993, they rebranded the rat for a more friendlier, softer-looking mouse. Chuck, it seems, is a character that completely evolved from health code violations. It possesses zero backing from any sovereign government. When Atari co-founder Nolan Bushnell created the very first Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater in San Jose, California, Bushnell introduced proprietary tokens to prevent people from tampering with quarter mechanisms and to lock custom pricing into his arcades. For nearly 40 years, millions of these brass discs were struck by high-volume private mints, like the Roger Williams Mint in Rhode Island, complete with their own strict weight tolerances and batch mint marks. By 2016, the company phased them out in favor of magnetic play cards, turning these tokens into obsolete relics of arcade nostalgia. It's the purest form of fiat currency ever minted, value backed entirely by a shared childhood belief that 30 of these could be redeemed for a plastic spider. In news from North America in 2011, police dismantled a sophisticated burglary ring targeting chuckecheese establishments. The criminal syndicate bypassed cash registers entirely, choosing instead to make off with commercial ticket counting machines and tens of thousands of paper prize vouchers. Detectives easily tracked the ring after suspects attempted to redeem massive sacks of stolen tickets for oversized plush toys and cheap plastic novelty rings. Proof positive that in high-stakes crime you cannot play the system. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming, already in progress, and frankly worth far more than a plastic spider. From the Royal Canadian Mint, a special release for 2026. The $2 CN Tower Commemorative. Celebrating 50 years since the completion of Toronto's iconic CN Tower in 1976, the Royal Canadian Mint pulled out their signature party trick, photoluminescent technology. The Mint formulates specialized, non-toxic photoluminescent ink made from strontium aluminate compounds. Printed directly onto the nickel-plated steel core, the ink absorbs ambient UV light during the day and slowly releases that energy as visible light in the dark. The tower itself isn't just a tourist attraction. With its revolving restaurant and amazing skyline views, it's also a major communications transmitter for telecoms and radio. Under normal light, it's a precise architectural tribute. In the dark, it turns your pocket change into a miniature nightlight. Proof that when it comes to circulating technology, Canada remains completely incapable of being boring. So, how do we rank today's Odd Squad? Most practical, Costa Rica, for making money you can drop in the sea. Most cultural, the Cook Islands Triangle. Most nostalgic, 30 grams of arcade brass. And most unnecessary innovation, a Canadian coin that doubles as a flashlight. 4 items, 3 shapes, 1 glow-in-the-dark tower, and 40 years of arcade history. Drop a comment on your favorite outlier below, hit subscribe to join the cloud, and see you at the next minting. Thank you for watching.